Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is just going to be a just discussing video on my top medium to large mice right now in September of 2022. If I did have a tier list, this would certainly be the mice on the top of the list. I have the Dave up top in its own little category because it is the only ergonomic mouse on my desk. I think the Dave right now is easily my number one choice for an ergonomic mouse. The mouse is extremely fun. It is a little bit larger than something like an EC2. But Razer's done a really good job with their sensor implementation, their wireless technology, which has been tested and proven to be kind of top of the market right now. And the Razer optical switches here and just overall build quality of the Dave is exceptional. I enjoy the coating of the mouse, and the new optical switch feels extremely exceptionally good. Side buttons, main buttons, 0 or minimum pre and post travel. And the only thing that I did change on the Dave is the skates. I think the skates are a little bit on the slow, scratchy side in terms of the default skates, and I did upgrade them to core pads that I recently got from Lethal Gaming Gear, and the mouse is exceptional. Number one ergonomic mouse right now, easily, in September of 2022. If you like ergo, definitely check out the Dave. And the first symmetrical mouse that I would discuss is the Lamzu Atlantis, because this is a company that kind of came out of nowhere. And for their first mouse, they have done an exceptional job in giving the community something that just overall has exceptionally good build quality and the best weight balance on the market right now. For the size of the mouse, the 55 grams just disappears under my hand with how well that weight is dispersed throughout the shell. And it really is a testament to show that big mice can really feel extremely lightweight under the palm. You can actually see when held up to a light how thin the plastic is on the shell, and despite being thin, the build quality is just phenomenal here. I don't have any real issues with the mouse creaking or diving or flexing in just general use case scenarios. And the cool thing is they actually listen to the community. They asked the community, what switches do you guys prefer? A lot of people answered with Huano pink dots, and they implemented them in their mouse. So a company that is interacting extremely well with the community, and a company that is listening to the community, and a company that is releasing mice with exceptional build quality out of the gate. Beautiful packaging with the Lamzu Atlantis as well. So it is really nice to see, and this mouse is definitely in my top tier picks for a medium to large mouse. Up next, I do have the Finalmouse Medium Tenz. This is a mouse that actually, for me, out of the gate, just had a few build quality issues, and I wasn't really able to enjoy the original launch of the Finalmouse Starlight 12. Separate and apart from the issues I had originally, that is something that you can see on a whole lot of mice. When you first receive a first batch unit, it's kind of expected that some people are going to have build quality issues. When I first received my Starlight 12 small, I did have issues with the PCB actually not being clipped down all the way on the bottom plate, which made my liftoff distance feel exceptionally low. I also had an issue with how the magnesium felt over mouse 1 and mouse 2, and of course the crooked scroll wheel. All of those things have been resolved on my Tenz copy, and it now comes with the Infinity skins. And just the feel of the mouse, the performance of the mouse, I like the default skates, but I did upgrade to Tiger Ice. But I think that for me, with those Infinity skins and being able to customize the the width to my liking, I really do enjoy the Starlight 12. And I do think that it's at a point in the Tenz edition that I can certainly add it to my top list for my own personal top picks. The G Pro Superlight is kind of like the Honda of gaming mice in the sense that, not talking about the price, but it's just old faithful, right? You can go to this and you know the battery life is going to be exceptional. You know the wireless latency is going to be exceptional. And everything about the mouse, even though the default switches, depending on your copy, could have an issue with the side buttons in mouse 1 and mouse 2. Again, on the first batch issue, I did have immense side flex on mouse 1 and mouse 2. And I did have very mushy side clicks. That has been resolved on recent batches that I have tried. And I did mod my mouse with Silent G. You can see that backplate I have on there, that custom battery, and some of the weight reduction on the inside, making the mouse feel exceptionally good at 47 grams. The weight balance is just exceptional here, and a mouse that is used by a number of professional players. And I do think that the shape is something that does work with a wide array of grips. For my large hands, it really is a shape that I can just go to, and I know that I'm going to have a very vanilla experience in the sense that I know I'm going to play consistent. My top two mice for my own personal rotation include the Pulsar X2 Medium and the Viper V2 Pro. In my initial impressions, I actually kind of was phased off of the Viper V2 Pro because I was comparing it directly to the Viper Ultimate. And I think one of my issues was the rubber grips on the Viper Ultimate kind of concave in a little bit more, making the bottom feel a little flatter on the Viper V2. That kind of a little minimum shape difference did affect my grip, but I do think that after adjusting my grip style, getting the new skates on there, I do have Corepad errors on my personal copy. The sensor performance, the wireless latency, and just everything about the mouse, to me, feels exceptionally good. And it can't be avoided as a placement in somebody's top tier list, just based on the performance, the latency, and just the shape being exceptionally good for fingertip and claw. Razer is doing a very good job with the DAV V3 and the Viper V2. Two really good options. Again, just the price with the Razer products, the Finalmouse products, and the G Pro Superlight. The price is definitely something that is extravagant when looking at something that is far cheaper in the Pulsar X2 and the Lamzu and Fantech Aria, which again won't be on this list because it's a smaller size mouse. But the price is just hefty when looking at something like those options. The Pulsar X2 regular right now is one of the top picks in my rotation. It is going to be probably the mouse that I use the most. I just play exceptionally well on it. My copy has extremely good build quality in the clicks. I don't have really any significant post travel. My Kale 8.0 implementation feels exceptionally good in my black copy, and the weight and weight balance feels great. And I do think that it is a unique shape with a really unique hump in a place that with my large hands I can actually use to my benefit by using that hump as an anchor and getting additional stability with my tracking in Apex. If I was to solely be playing tack shooters, I think that my personal top two in my main rotation in terms of what mice I'm using the most would probably change. But for Apex Legends right now, the Viper V2 as well as the Pulsar X2 Medium are the two mice that I would say I'm probably using the most. But all of these mice have received an exceptional amount of use. I can't sit here and say with a straight face that I have one main mouse that sits on my desk, but I can say that for ranked grinding purposes, I do stick to one mouse about 85% of the time. And that mouse this season to hit Masters was the Finalmouse Starlight 1210 Small. I did send my Pulsar X2 Medium to a buddy that really wanted one, and I did not have that back on my desk until recently with the copy that I purchased from Lethal Gaming Gear. So the Pulsar X2 is going to be back in the rotation long term. And again, those are the mice that I am using the most. These are the mice that see use on my desk right now, and each and every single one of these mice is a exceptional performer. And if you're looking for a mouse in that category, I would definitely point you to anything that I can say is getting a lot of use on my own desk. So guys, that is it for this video. I will definitely come out with a video that is geared towards the small variants, but in terms of medium to large mice, that is it for now. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.